Farming is a family affair, and in most cases, farms have been passed down from generation to generation, each new generation taking over for the previous one. However, that could soon change thanks to new tax proposals in Washington, D.C., in which lawmakers are considering tax hikes and eliminating or changing something called stepped-up basis, a provision that is beneficial to farmers and farm families here in Georgia and across the nation.
Stepped-up basis is an important piece of tax policy, both for farmers and just the general public writ large. I guess it's a provision that allows land transfers over time, or I guess the accrued value in land to be transferred over time from parents to children or potentially grandchildren without any tax consequences on that transfer. Right now, there's some proposals in Washington, D.C. to either modify that or eliminate it outright. And if that happens, it could be very, very damaging for family farms.
As an example, let's say someone paid $100 per acre for land back in the 1800s. Over time, that land value has increased, let's say to $10,000 per acre in 2021. If stepped-up basis is eliminated or changed, when the landowner goes to pass it along to his children, they will have to pay the difference between $100 and $10,000 per acre up front for it, and that happens as soon as the person passes away.
Whomever owns that land today, when they die, the IRS will give a date of death valuation. What's that property worth today? And that's when this would trigger, right? If under current law, there's no tax consequences right now. If this is eliminated or modified in certain ways on the date of death, the IRS would look to that valuation. And then again, if it's eliminated, if it's modified, whatever that is, the beneficiaries, meaning the children and potentially grandchildren, would have immediate tax consequences. Tax to the capital gains rate, which is also proposed to double, or more than double, under some proposals in Washington.
Long story short, if this proposal ends up passing the House, Senate, and signed by the President, and therefore ultimately becoming law, it could be very troublesome for Georgia farmers and ultimately Georgia agriculture.
I think it can be very, very harmful, especially for those multi-generational farms, folks who've owned land for a long time, passing that on. Certainly if they're not cash rich on those farms, then you are looking at a situation where you're having to sell off equipment, you're having to sell off land or refinance land, find some way to get cash out of that and your equity out of that just to pay a tax bill and another tax bill. You're already paying taxes on a number of different ways for a number of different reasons. This is an additional one, and to me, it seems like one more incentive, or I guess disincentive, for the next generation of farmers. A lot of those folks looking, thinking, I want to come down to the farm, but in addition to how hard it is right now anyway, and the commodity prices being low and trade wars and all these different things, now I've got to pay a tax bill on the front end before I can even continue on my family farming operation. So I think it has far-reaching consequences for Georgia agriculture.
Reporting in Macon for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.